expect him to carry it. Whether this much, I don't know. He's carried it 11 times for 72 yards. 3rd down and 5. No pressure on him now from this very tired defense, and the throw too low.
Maybe he should have run that one.
Dante Rosario, the intended receiver.
And you know the last person to do that, Sean? I don't either.
And that kick is good, just inside the right upright. He's 5 out of 6, making his debut as the Oregon field goal kicker, Paul Martinez.
Oh, the Cougar fans have been waiting for this one. A long, hot summer in the Palouse. The last unofficial weekend of summer, the start of football season. Time to keep your shirts off and get the paint out. An excellent crowd expected as the Idaho Vandals have traveled the 8 miles to take on their longtime rival, the Washington State Cougars.
And I spent a lot of time in Idaho in my days here at Washington State. It's nice for them to come on over here and tee it up tonight.
The quarterback position for each side. They each have some questions coming in. Let's begin with the Cougs.
Well, Alex Brink has got the starting nod over Josh Schwager, and on the other side of the ball, Michael Harrington, the incumbent from last year, narrowly has a job over Steve Wichman. But I think from talking to Coach Holt, if things aren't going well for the Vandals, you might see Steve in there. But it's both their jobs to lose tonight, and they're both ready and excited to tee it up.
Well, Rip, as you well know, you can't be any good at the quarterback position without help up front. For the Cougars, they're calling their offensive line a work in progress. For Idaho, they're starting a couple of freshmen. Well,
for the Cougs, definitely. Nick Milhauser's a guy that leads the ball and gets a snap going to the quarterback and gets it all started. On the other side of the football, the Idaho Vandals are very, very young. They start a true freshman at center. And right now, that is one of the question marks in their team. That's also a question mark on the Cougar football team that is very gifted offensively.
And a point you had made, we'll watch that center quarterback exchange. It won't be easy as the Vandals face the killer D of the Cougs, the biggest of all the Ds, Will Dirting, the butt kiss and All-American candidate. We're back with the lineups and the kick after this.
Ago, and they hope for more of the same this year. The pieces are in place to continue a successful year. Owls stand in the way. East meets West next on FSN Arizona. Evening, September is here, and we're ready for some college football. The third member of our broadcast team is Jody Jackson. She has more on the Temple Owls. Jody?
Trey, Temple begins just a grueling schedule tonight here in the Valley of the Sun. They are making the transition from the Big East to the MAC. They'll be a full-fledged member of the MAC in 2007, but right now they have one of the toughest independent schedules in the nation. As you take a look at it, they have games.
Today, and the humidity is up a bit as well, but arid conditions, and that's we expect the heat this time of the year in the desert.
Of himself than Josh Schwager. It was a long battle throughout the fall camp. Brink gets the nod, and Coach Doba said he will not have a quick hook. He's going to let him play through and try to get some things done. He does want to have one quarterback to make that decision and move forward.
Well, I think he was more polished in the spring drills and through the fall, and I think Josh Schwager not competing in the spring drills was a deficit to him and something that that made their decision a little easier.
And the quarterback's best friend and outstanding running back in Jerome Harrison on the first play of 2005 for the Cougars goes 80 yards for a touchdown.
Second down and 8 from the 22. Play action for Keller. Goes over the middle, and it's in. Sam Keller, dirt cutter, and he's a Maxwell candidate for College Player of the Year, but never easy taking over for a guy like Andrew Walter. That maybe isn't talked about enough, what Walter did. McGann, an excellent leader, trying to cut down on his interceptions after throwing 37 in his career to go with only 22 touchdown passes. Leading it into Devils territory, but a tough situation here for the Owls. 3rd and 11 from the 45. 4 receivers. Left alone is Albrooks. He's got it in open territory and fumbles the football. It's
There's a lateral back to Gilbert, and he will be close to the first down. Looks like they're going to mark him just shy. We've seen Art Briles take some chances on 4th down. This would be deeper in his own territory. Drag that yellow line right across the field. Enjoyed speaking with him yesterday. He likes to fix up cars. He's a 1973 Plymouth Duster, which he rebuilt when he was in high school. Deep throw knocked down by Aaron Gibson. It was intended for Donnie Avery.
That throw.
Yeah. Well, Coach Briles says Cobb is going to play in the NFL. Above average arm, great intelligence. He's sacked this time. First time he's been sacked tonight. It was Haloti Ngata.
Drifted free. Third down now and 7 yards to go. In the backfield now, Randy Hill. Keller's going to put it in the air. Looks, has time, delivers to Miller.
They've got to be sure they protect the ball.
Burgess is back in now. Burgraff offset in that backfield. In motion is Jamal Lewis. Handoff. It'll be Burgess off left tackle. Cuts it inside. Touchdown ASU. Rudy Burgess from 3 yards out. Didn't have a rushing touchdown last year, and he has one this season in the opener.
I'd roll Moffitt out here with the option to run or throw.
True freshman Kevin Smith, the back with him. They option to Smith. He makes a move down by the goal line, and he's stopped at the 2. The timeout and talk about it, figure it out, keeping it on the field. 4th and goal. Smith tries to go over the top and is stopped. Stopped shy on 4th and goal. South Carolina will take over as Lance Lowry.
Michael Billups, the lone running back, as Temple starts from the 20-yard line. The senior's going to get the handoff straight ahead out to the 24, and that should be the final play of this first quarter. Devils with 2 long drives. That was the story in the first quarter, and balance as well has been impressive. The defense has done a solid job shutting down the run, and a touchdown run and a touchdown catch. 14-0 ASU after 1 quarter.
Stadium in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Minnesota taking on Tulsa. Alongside Bill Curry and Jimmy Dykes, I'm Eric Collins. It has been all Lawrence Maroney and Minnesota thus far. First play of the game, Maroney 67 yards down the left.
The official saw something, a piece of shirt or something that Garrett did. Garrett's used in a variety of ways. He lines up all over the field. He's a good blocker as well as a...
Ashlyn Davis in motion. Gibb goes up the gut. Adams picks up 4 on first down and 20. This is how we got to where we are. First play from scrimmage. Lawrence Maroney. He's gained an extra 20 pounds in the offseason, but he's still got those fantastic wheels. 67 yards for the touchdown. And 16 seconds into the game, it was 7-0 Minnesota.
Mike McGann overall is a quarterback.
50-year senior who grew up just blocks. I went to school just blocks from the Temple campus, and trying to keep the drive going now with a 3rd down and a yard from the 44-yard line. The eye set, Billups and Bundy. The pitch is going to go to Billups, and he has a first down as he cuts it against the grain.
9 yards. We've yet to play a quarter. 73 yards. He goes right. He goes left. He goes into the end zone.
They're proud of being physical football players, and that's not typical. But
well, they're unique anyway, aren't they?
They are. Well, they are unique, but these 2 guys pride themselves on being football players.
McGann fires and completes a pass to Albrooks, and he's going to be very close to a first down at the 34-yard line.
3rd and 7. Richmond with time, fires incomplete. 3 crimson jerseys surrounded Daniels.
Last year, by halftime, it was a moot point.
Mike Barrow
On the spot, jumped on the loose ball, and now with maybe a head of confidence. Run goes to Covey Jackson, who picks up 4 yards. Clock winding down here in quarter number 1. First game started by Paul Smith, kid out of Owasso High School just down the road. Redshirted a year ago, but he did have an exclamation point at the end of 15-0. The Minnesota Golden Gophers off to a fantastic start here in 2005. First quarter stat, 159 of those yards for one man, number 22 for the Gophers. Paul Smith drops back, throws high, and it's
Cox, Blake Mitchell to Noah Whiteside, touchdown. Mitchell went for 330 yards passing, 24-15.
For the time and game in your area. Well, Mr. Dallas Cowboy, Drew Bledsoe in Dallas, what do you think?
Well, he's got a good number. I know that.
They have a 4-receiver set.
4 receivers, 1 tight end. Everybody's thinking pass. There it is.
He's looking far corner, fires it for the goal line, and it is intercepted. Picked off. It was intended for Moe Mutz, but stepping in front was Willie Hardiman, the sophomore from Miami. He tried to thread the needle, and it backfired.
They'll tell you that at some point, but they've got Esslinger covered with a big nose guard. Brandon.
So glad you could join us. We are at historic Skelly Stadium in Tulsa, Oklahoma, alongside Bill Curry with Jimmy Dykes. I'm Eric Collins. Lawrence Maroney, he has been the big story thus far. Gophers are going to throw for it. Cupido, his pass is incomplete. A busted play, Anthony Germany. Had a big part of busting.
Lewis is tight end, 24 yards and a touchdown. Devils up 14-0. Keller not done. Derek Hagan there with a touchdown. Look at the nifty footwork there. 18 yards in the score. Hagan is the NCAA's active leader in receiving yards and just got the tiptoes in. It's 28-2. Arizona State at the half. Keller has 3 touchdowns. He does have a pick.
Pumped for the new season. Come in to your city. Because everything changes on game day.
Come on, let's find out how good a man you are.
Chris, Kurt, and Lee are live from Pittsburgh, where new coach Charlie Weiss ushers in a new era at Notre Dame. And we'll look at Matt Leinert's risky decision to return to USC. College game day built by the Home Depot. Saturday at 10:30 on E.
Possession. Still in the first. Mitchell to Andy Boyd. Rumbles in. Mitchell 18 of 23 on the night. 14-0 game. 24-15 was the final. Again, Mitchell 330 for the first time since 1997 on the road at Wake Forest. Story of the game, Micah Andrews, the sophomore, filling in for the suspended Chris Barkley. 254 yards, second best day in Wake history. That set up Ben Mock, the quarterback sneak there. Extra point good. Wake up 2017, but here come the Commodores. 4-play drive finished off by Jeff Jennings right up the gut. Vandy takes the lead 24-20. Their first opening win in 8 years for Vanderbilt. How about Oregon on the road at Houston? Third quarter, 21-20 game. Kellen Clemens operating the spread offense under new offensive coordinator Gary Croton, but he can still run the ball. Takes it down to the 1-yard line. That brings in the backup quarterback, Dennis Dixon. He'll sneak it in. Ducks go for 2 and get it. Oregon up 28-21. Fourth quarter, 10-point game. Ball in the Houston 15. Clemens up top to Dante Rosario. Nice touch on the pass. Nice hands at the end. Oregon up 38-21. Clemens 30 of 47. Passed for 348 yards and a pair of touchdowns without a pick. Coming up on the halftime report, Ryan Howard right in the middle of the heat of the pennant race and comfortable in the kitchen. The latest on the wild card standings next.
It looked like Louisville was a member. Cincinnati, they are both gone. And now Marshall, UCF, SMU, Rice, UTEP, and of course Tulsa, the new members of at West, Rice, SMU.
Game series with the Washington Nationals tonight, the nation's capital. Tied at 1 in the third. Bases loaded for David Bell.
Field, can it be?
Ding dong, of course it can be. His first career grand slam. Phils beat the Nationals 7-1. They lead the wild card race by a full game. All right, the high school football season kicking off tonight in Pennsylvania. We've got the debut of Friday Night Football. Let's go. St. Joe's Prep battling for area bragging rights. This is the first play of the game. It's T.O. like. Yeah, Chris Whitney airing it out to Billy Edger from Mount Laurel. And the prep not
ever published on the history of college football. Read about the profiles, records, and stat leaders and fight song lyrics of all 119 Division I programs, the Ivy League schools, the most prominently historically black colleges dating back to 1869, and you get box scores for every major bowl game ever played, and vote breakdowns at a Heisman Trophy. Folks, if you're a college fan like we are,
this is it.
This bad boy is something else. First of all, I'm like, ready? 5, 6, 7, 8.
I know.
It's wonderful. It's written, edited by Michael McCambridge, and intro by the great Dan Jenkins.
I was going to sit on this for the game, Dave, so I think a little color.
Here is Hart out pattern. Nice catch by Marcus Daniel. Make that Trey Moses. Trez Moses makes the catch at the 46-yard line. Well executed by Trez Moses with the extension.
Offensive line. He's 19 of 29, 280 yards and 2 touchdowns, and applause goes to the guys up front for providing him time.
First down play. Rice into the second level. Third level. First down Rutgers to the 31 of Illinois. Ray
of it.
Third down at 7 as we're in the final 20 seconds of the third quarter. 3 for 10 third down efficiency. Ryan Hart throws. Got his hands on it. Couldn't come up with it. A little bit too far for Trez Moses. At Syracuse, where they lost an absolute heartbreaker last year.
That really have hurt him today. Hart's had a spectacular day. 2 touchdowns, 280 yards. But Bracek's learning on the job.
Inside shovel pass. Davis, great balance. He's getting down at 7. Yeah, they do a lot of check with these, huh?
Checking on the sidelines,
yep.
Yeah.
High snap, Bracek in trouble. Nowhere to go. Lost some yardage. Back to the 15-yard line. It's about a 4 or 5 yard loss. Sideline. New offensive coordinator here. Blitz coming. Bracek throws. No, sir. Any flags? No. 32-yard attempt. And it's on the money. Rita's having a good day. Illinois. Matchup of Rutgers and Illinois, the Big East against the Big Ten. Dave Sims, John Congemi, and Janine Edwards. Some numbers here. This is what Ryan Hart has done. No picks, close to 300 yards. 11:09 left on the clock here in the fourth quarter. Illini fans coming to life here. 50,000 and change on hand. Be a big spot here for Illinois. Hart, that time, throws short. This is Harris spinning. He'll be short of a first down. Harris made the tackle.
Playing against Miami, Ohio. Todd Beckman into the game now, the backup quarterback since Troy Smith suspended. Zwick's work is done. Ted Ginn Jr.'s is not. Touchdown for the Buckeyes. Nice little tune-up. I hear tell that they have a little important game coming up next week when Texas comes to town. Tennessee.
Look at concentration on Calhoun's face. He is locked in, folks. Calhoun trying the left side, run out of bounds at the 9-yard line. And maybe symbolically, there's a Bowling Green helmet down on the field at the 11-yard line. You're talking about 300 pounds and 250 pounds. Calhoun is the deep back, and it's Calhoun time again. Touchdown, Brian Calhoun. His 5th one of the afternoon, tying a school record. Sat out last year and is back in earnest this afternoon. You see there Brian White, running back, right back. After 15 successful years in Madison, he will step aside, and while Brian Calhoun continues to have a prolific afternoon, Omar Jacobs in the second half, it's been a veritable nightmare for him. He's 0 for 5 passing. Career day on a career debut, with 242 yards rushing, 5 touchdowns, and when it wasn't him, it's been Booker Stanley approaching the 100-yard mark rushing. Jacobs has had a cold second half. He's had a couple of passes dropped on him, in fairness to him. 2 of them that you just saw, one by Sharon, which is uncharacteristic of him. 1st and 10. On the slant, complete. That one to Charles Sharon. Working on Levon Rowan. Nice pickup on the play after the season. Well,
2nd down and 9. So have a little bit more time to enjoy his grandkids. Not easy running from meeting to meeting, from football meetings to athletic department meetings. Jacobs finding a meeting of the minds with his receivers. Charles Sharon with a first down at the 41-yard.
He's standing in, taking a hit, know it's coming, but he's thrown to a spot. He's thrown to the back pylon. Charles Sharon just turns and catches it in because he beat his man off the ball. Rowan has no shot.
Bowling Green has missed an extra point already this afternoon. Turnchenko in to attempt it. Knocks this one through, and it's a 14-point lead for Wisconsin. That was the 29th and school-leading touchdown catch of Charles Sharon's career. Back with more after this.
2nd and a long 9. Hart throws short. Leonard. That's the good hands guy. Across the 50. And
Brown's bunch giving the Volunteers all they can handle in Knoxville at Neyland Stadium. 1st and goal. Big opening for Merrill, and he is just shy of the goal line. They will spot him. Ty Gunn 0 for 6 on his last passes. It's that guy right there, Robert Merrill. 2nd and goal from the 2-yard line. Option. Gunn gets it to Merrill. Wide open. Touchdown, Horned Frogs.
Down, 3rd and 11 to disrupt his offense.
does Brasic get another chance? And keep in mind, Ito, if they have to try for a field goal, is kicking into a very stiff wind. He's missed a couple times down here. Here's Hart throwing. Trez Moses stays on his feet. Result. Brasic, second look, throws, got it, first down, Illinois inside the 15-yard line. Illinois trying to kick the door down. Brasic, flat, got a man there, Halsey at the 5, dive, touchdown, Illinois! How about this Illinois club of Ron Zook? Down 27-7 with 10:49 to go in the third. They battled back to tie it at 27-all with 1:13 to go.
Ball's elite.
64 days, someone's going to have the bragging rights in the state of Colorado. It's been split evenly the last 6 years, but this afternoon that tie is going to be broken. This afternoon from Boulder, Colorado, CBS Saturday Night College Football presented by Orbis kicks off now. And it is an absolutely spectacular day in Boulder, Colorado. We welcome you to the 77th meeting between Colorado and Colorado.
Here's Big 12 Coach of the Year. Thought he might not have a job for a while, but when he returned, he pulled the team together. They banded together, won the Big 12 North again, and went to the Houston Bowl and won that game. And he's led by a senior quarterback who is 2-0 against Colorado State and seeking to get that all-important third win. And what they're looking for from Joel Klatt is his ability to manage a football game and the 2003 version of Joel Klatt. 21 touchdown passes that year. He took a step back last season. He expects to play well again this year. But Ron, this game boils down to who will be more physical.
As much success as they can this campaign. So a lot of defenses will be eyeing this guy and following him.
New territory. Pitch back to the tailback. Peterson cuts it back inside the 45.
The campus of Colorado in Boulder, Colorado, under beautiful skies. Temperature in the high 80s, expected to be as high as 93 today. A perfect day for Patrick Williams, the redshirt freshman on the near side. High snap, Clapp pulls it down. How about a little razzle-dazzle reverse? Washington over the 30, tiptoes down the sideline. They'll mark it out at the 24-yard line.
Unbelievable. Pierre Thomas goes in from the 2. Just great effort, and what a job for Illinois to get back into this football game and come into overtime and win it. Ron Zook has to feel so great about what he's installed in these kids.
E.B. Halsey played a large role in this victory. E.B. Halsey out of Elizabeth, New Jersey.
To play with right at 9 minutes remaining in this opening quarter. Robinson on the keeper. Fighting for yards inside the 5. This is a 23-yard try for the left-footed Kelly. It is up, and it is true. And Penn State is on the board.
First and goal from the 4. Green looks for the end zone. Touchdown, Colorado State.
It looks like Colorado's coming out what they call a solo set. 2 tight ends. There's Klopfenstein, 89. He and Sipniewski, 45. 2 wide receivers, 1 running back in the backfield. It's a balanced set, which makes it tough for the defense because they're not tipping their hand going strong side or weak side. Now they've got him on the move.
Vickers alone in the backfield. Colorado State with 7 on the line of scrimmage. They bring 5. Little timing pattern caught inside the 5 down to the 4-yard line. And guess who it is? Joe Klopfenstein, the big tight end.
About this challenge for both sides. Can Colorado State dig in, and will Colorado come right at him?
Schaub's the fullback. Vickers is behind him. Vickers puts his head down. Touchdown, Colorado. Crosby with the extra point. Right straight through the uprights.
5 different receivers have caught passes already today. Hart slips through 1 to the 25, wrapped up by a couple of Huskies, including Jason Hutton.
Any game last year in a 4-7 season. The only team in the country to do that. Pass caught on the wing by Lydell Sargent. There's Williams. Good pass from Robinson.
I like that extra. Amazing. Bowling Green in Wisconsin. It was all Bowling Green early, but then Brian Calhoun takes over.
Woo! Brian Calhoun, man, this dude, 5 touchdowns. The best debut by a running back. 43 rushes, 258 yards today. No other Wisconsin back, and they've had some good ones.
CBS Saturday Night College Football presented by Orbitz. We'll join Ernie Johnson in our studios right after this break.
Going 26 out of 46 guys at Neyland Stadium today. And here is Rick Clausen on in relief of Eric Ainge to C.J. Phaeton with the catch. 17-3, but they're not sitting pretty because back come the Blazers of Alabama Birmingham. Darrell Hackney to Reggie Lindsey. It covers 27 yards, and it's 17-10. And look at this, under 4 minutes to play, deep in Tennessee territory and off the fingertips of Lance Rhodes. And there goes the last chance for UAB as Tennessee hangs on to win it by a score of Taylor can get the West Coast offense in gear.
38-14. Wow. Last year, 24-yard return. Jared Zabransky picked off by Tony Taylor to the offensive coordinator. Said he's a guy who looks like he could play for Georgia. Speaking of Clady, here's Lee Marks trying to bounce outside. He did well to get back near the line. Now in the NFL. Second down and a draw for Lee Marks. And he's spun down by Trey Battle. That was 14th in the nation. They had 49 rushing touchdowns. Zabransky on 3rd down. Zings one, intercepted again. Second interception. This one picked off by Dannell Ellerby. Instead, it's a deep handoff. They're gouging the Broncos with the run. Thomas Brown battles his way all the way to the 45-yard line of Boise State.
Down and 8. 3 wide receivers to the left.
Haven't heard from Corey Sperry in a while.
Speaking of, Sperry's got it. Ducks his head, gets down to the 22-yard line. You called it. Jared Burrow on the stop, and he's Green. Straight ahead. Crosses the Napa reception for Sperry. They're going for the 7, and Colorado stacks it up. With 5:45 to play in the 3rd. Jimmy Green got the Green
and go get it.
Sperry's back there with Green. Sperry shuttles around. Allen throws, hit, ball's tipped, caught, touchdown, Colorado State. Mike Metbarks, the tight end. Colorado State has taken an 11-point advantage over the Colorado Buffaloes. 5:04 to play in the third.
Here, but Jared Zabransky threw two early picks for Boise State. Georgia turned them both into points. This DJ Shockley to Kenneth Harris to make it 14-0. Georgia in the first.
Tom Bradley stretching it right here.
Play clock at 5. Julmus takes the snap. Knocked out of there by Puzlanati. Travel right here to Happy Valley. They'll challenge these Nittany Lions. Kickoff. Beaver Stadium is noon Eastern. Check your...
No reason to leave this place, and his coaching staff, Dave, got a lot of longevity as well.
No question. A lot of these guys have been extremely loyal to Joe Paterno. So Michael Robinson starts Penn State's attack. Their 35-yard line. And again, he moved about a mile to the west side of campus. And when they literally moved it, the old stadium, they moved it brick by brick. And they brought it over here, and originally it only had 46,284.
Earlier, it looks pretty buff, like he can still play, and he had a lot of great tackles, a lot of great games, and he talked more about his experience as a student athlete here more than anything when we had a chance to chat.
You saw the comparison of the numbers of the guys we talked about in our open, Robinson and Hall. This 3rd and 9, Robinson eludes some pressure. Now looking for some room to run and doesn't really find enough. He gets up to the 40. He needed the 45. He stopped there by Ron.
See the turnover situation. That's something that's really hurt Colorado with 2. Colorado State now with 1. Fumble it right back. It's still loose, still loose. Colorado State has it. Miles Coach Avery has an interception. Now 10, along with Craig Sager and Charles Davis, I'm Ron Thulin. 3rd down and 6 for Colorado State. Ball on their own 47-yard line.
4 wides, balance set.
Colorado brings 4. The pressure collapses. There's a duck in the air, and it's picked off by Colorado again. The 2nd interception.
From 1 year, and the Buffalo fans said, forget the bowl game.
Yeah.
We beat you guys.
That's right. It's beautiful. It's a wonderful thing. He did lose a yard on that play.
Is his offensive line is allowing a lot of pressure in the face of Joel Klatt. They're going to have to stand up and be stout and give their quarterback a chance to throw the football.
Klatt rifles it over the middle. Pass is complete inside the 30-yard line down to the 28. Joe Klopfenstein is can wait. Trying to open things up now. Klatt, empty backfield, going down the sideline. Pass is incomplete.
Brian Daniels has come back into the ball game since going off in the first half, and he has All-American potential. And Tyler Columbus, number 77, he's been dinged up a lot also. Came into the game with a bad shoulder.
Right.
He was hurt earlier, as Craig Sager reported to us.
That was a quick toss. Some running room. Charles breaks it. Touchdown, Colorado! Moving around on defense. 4-2. Klatt rolling out, buying some time. Has a man in the end zone. Caught. It's good. Evan Judge coming down with the ball.
Forcing a field goal.
1st and goal at the 4. Robinson and the keeper. Touchdown. Robinson saying, forget those turnovers. There's 6 more.
Well, he'll be getting a lot of praise. Here comes the blitz.
And they go back to that same play that got the touchdown in the first half, and it's another one to Johnny Payton.
Thanks, Todd Willingham's going to do a great job at Washington. Colorado back on the attack. Klatt tries to slip away. Tucks the football and just takes the seed, and he'll lose about 5 on the play. Delroy Park, 2-1. He gets it off in time. Klatt steps up, lets it fly, has a man complete up to the 32-yard line. Patrick Williams, the redshirt freshman. Offenstein's in the slot, goes across the middle. Flat steps up. Pass. Good defensive effort by Colorado State. This last year. Good snap. The kick is on its way. Splits the uprights and it is good. The nation's best kicker has tied the game.
Suddenness of this move. I mean, he took his whole body and moved it from one place. Oh, look at that. And the slide and the vision. And then he goes inside and again freezes Travis Garcia and then gets to the outside. And once he's there, say goodnight, Gracie. He's in the end zone.
Sam Polis, who works up in the booth with us, just said Barry Sanders.
That was that type of a move.
Wasn't it?
Dual C. And look at the difference first half, second half. Yardage in particular, and no interceptions in the second half.
Osborne, Roberts, and Sperry come to the near side. Anderson to the far side. 2nd and 10. Sperry's open. They don't see him. They get it to Anderson, complete over the 40, up to the 43-yard line. The clock will stop with 1:20 to
backers to put a little more heat on Holland.
Pick up at 22. Howard has time. Pass into the flat, complete in Colorado territory to Luke Roberts.
Pressure here.
The linebackers are about 7 yards off the line of scrimmage. They don't bring them. Howard going deep, looking for the home run. Has a man. Incomplete to David Anderson. Sims got a hand up.
Throwing ball. Great concentration by Anderson, but the credit has to go to the defensive back, Sims. Felt when Anderson was going for the football, sees it, gets his hand up in between to throw off the concentration a little. It hit him right on the number 4, but I really think the hand up hurt the concentration of Anderson. Now he needs a blow.
Roberts and John Walker to the right. Sperry joins him on the right side. 2nd and 10. They swing it out to Sperry. Looks for a block, gets one. Runs out of bounds, but not before he gets up to the 40-yard.
Collins had some time to find receivers.
3rd and 4. The rush, the pass, complete to Sperry. Another first down, and the clock will stop with 46 seconds to play. Welcome back to TBS Saturday Night College Football, presented by Orbis. We have had a dandy. Colorado State led most of the way. Colorado has taken the lead in the 4th. Colorado State has it with 46 seconds, and we'd like to thank Orbis for being part of our family throughout this season. That kind of tells it all, doesn't it? Colorado State, formerly Colorado A&M. We're considered the Aggie school.
As we look at Justin Holland in the second half, the 3 interceptions, the big thing. The reason I say take the shot now, you have field to play with.
That's right.
The closer in you get, the less the defenders have to drop. In the back of the end zone becomes an extra defender.
1st and 10, 46 seconds left in the ball game. Holland scrambling, looking down the sideline, still looking, throws, passes caught incomplete to David Anderson again. His 12th reception, he's over 100 yards.
You don't have as much room to roam with your receivers.
Allen again, going into the end zone, touchdown, penalty flag is thrown, hold on. Sperry is the guy who caught it. We're not sure, this may be offensive interference.
Number 5 on the defense. That penalty's declined. Touchdown.
Last year's hero in the game, J.J. Billingsley, he stopped Colorado State on the goal line. Comes up with the pass interference, loses the coverage, and this is for the tie. High snap, the extra point. And we are tied with 36 seconds left. But you don't want to go anywhere. Colorado's got a field goal kicker that has hit a 60-yarder. Here's the touchdown again.
Right there, J.J. Billingsley, number 5. You see he's got an arm hooked around him, but Corey Sperry's too strong, goes right through it and makes the catch for a touchdown. You know, they always tell us in this business, second guessing's no good. You got to first guess, right?
Press conferences, coaches shows, exclusive athlete features, and more. All on your computer. Go to CSU. Has room up to the 40-yard line.
20 yards.
That's all they need.
Well within Mason Crosby's range.
Colorado State blitzes. They find Patrick Williams. He is within range of the field goal. The clock stops with 25 left. There's a 55-yarder about right now. Here comes the blitz. Platt gets away from it, throws it away. He's on the 45-yard line. Now watch this. Boom. You know, you think of Sebastian Janikowski. Let's see what Gary Barnett, Sean Watson decide to do.
Yeah, will take the chance out of his foot, off of his foot.
Pass out of the flat, down to the 31-yard. Nick Holtz is the holder.
They've done it again to Colorado State.
That tested here.
They'll need every bit of that, 80. This is it. Blocked down to 0. That's not going to do it. Tip. Oh, my. Still tipped. It's going to be intercepted by J.J. Billingsley. Second year in a row, he seals the victory for Colorado. Colorado State fought their hearts out down to the wire, but for the second year in a row, they lose it in the end.
That tied a Wisconsin record. It looked like a basketball score out there. Bo Ryan's team sometimes doesn't drive 56. Steps in.
University of Hawaii here in Honolulu. 92 degrees, even by Hawaii standards. A little bit warm, but it is quite breezy. Quite comfortable here at Aloha Stadium. 7-0 USC. First down, 8:47 of the first. Open receiver over the middle of the 47-yard line. And Ian Sample is there for 14 yards. First and 5. Brennan shovel pass. That time the Trojans on it a little bit quicker.
But I did not actually see them on the bus, but there he is right there. We did see him in warm-up.
By the Warriors. And going deep, way overthrown, and he had a man in the clear, and it was Devon Best. I doubt they'd like to see a 52-yarder. Ronke hit as he delivers, and it's a moot point. Back to the 50s, but Mouse converting third down. And the grab by Sample inside the 15. He's his career. Slide angle. Out of the hold of Kurt Milne. And he's good. So a Hawaii drive. Did you want to block a guy's name since beginning his senior year? Heisman Trophy winner. Tries to join Archie Griffin as the only two-time Heisman winner. What's more important to him, though? Become a three-time national champion quarterback. Fake to Bush. And a short toss. At the 35, a big hit, Steve Smith.
As the new head coaches at Notre Dame and Pitt go head-to-head, Dave Wanstead and Charlie Weiss returning to their alma mater. Some of you will see Texas A&M on the road to face the Clemson Tigers, who are painted up and ready to go to take on the Aggies. On ESPN at 8:45, Georgia Tech facing Auburn. Yes, they had a perfect season in 2004, but they have lost an awful lot of that offense. A game that's underway right now. The #1 team in the nation, USC. We know about their offense. Will Darnell Bing, 65 yards with this interception return for a touchdown as USC leads Hawaii 14-3. Welcome to the Oklahoma, a team that played in the last two national championships, 3 of the last 5, upset by TCU 7.
We're down by the riverside in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and during this week of turmoil and travail, hopefully we can bring you diversion and pleasure on this opening weekend of college football across the country. The Pittsburgh Panthers have just come into the stadium. It is a sold-out crowd, and they are thundering in the background. Alumnus David Wanstead returning to his alma mater as the 34th head football coach of the Panthers. He comes back from professional football, and this is the opening night for him on his return. And on Dr. Pepper's college football kickoff weekend here on ABC Sports, this will be the 63rd meeting between these two schools, whose football teams across the country have been heavy contributors to the history and legend of college football. here comes the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. The worthy opponent of the Pitt Panthers on this night. Charlie Weiss is coming back to his alma mater as their head coach, the 28th head coach of this Notre Dame football team. He, of course, comes from the New England Patriots and has had some extraordinary success there. Hello again, everybody, and welcome to our 40th consecutive season of college football here on ABC Sports. I'm Keith Jackson, along with Dan Fouts, our analyst, NFL Hall of Fame quarterback, I'll have you know, and Todd Harris, the intrepid one, will be on the sidelines. Dan, in your judgment, what do these two former professional coaches have to bring with them to college football?
Well, Keith, the one word that both Wannstedt and Weiss have to remember is patience. This is college football. They're now dealing with 18 and 20-year-olds who have a lot to juggle in their young lives. And while there's a lot made of this return to their alma maters for both of them, the one thing that we have to do is be patient as fans and media. This is a long season, and this is only one game.
Weather is perfect. It is a cool evening. It'll be in the high 60s as we begin this ball game, and it is the 63rd meeting between these two teams. So we're going to jack it up. The quarterback for the Pitt Panthers is a junior, quarterback Tyler Palko. He's a good-sized fellow, 6'2", 220 pounds. He's irrepressible. He's the son of a successful high school coach here in western Pennsylvania. The last 6 games last season, he tore them up. He threw for 17 touchdowns and had only 2 picks. So when he gets a little rope, he can make things happen. But Dave Wannstedt says they want to run the ball. They come out and throw on the first play of the ball game, and the pass gets completed to the tight end, Eric Gill. There have been some wide open spaces in this first possession for Pitt. No question about it. Bouncing to the outside, it's Jennings, the tailback, and remember he weighs 235 pounds, so he can move the wagon alone for a little while. Maurice Crum finally got second down and 1. Stay with the run, lose another yard.
Pass block. Matt Cavanaugh, the offensive coordinator, came from the Baltimore Ravens. Talk about all the Super Bowl rings that Charlie Weiss has. Well, this man right here has got 4 of his own.
Matt Cavanaugh, who was a Pitt quarterback, was involved in one of the historic games between these two teams back in 1977. We'll tell you about it as the evening wears along. Out of the eye now with the big guy, Jennings deep. Palko back, throwing deep. Got a man going down the middle of the field. He's caught it. It's touchdown for the Pitt Panthers. Greg Lee got a step and a half on the defender and walked in. Pass was perfect.
Palko really showed his cool after the play fake. Saw that there was no middle safety in the field, so he could just throw it right down the middle and let Greg Lee, with his great speed, run under it and get in the end zone with ease. 6 touchdown passes now for Palko against the Irish in less than 5 quarters.
Josh Cummings is in for the extra point, and it's good. So the Panthers are impressive in their first possession as they take it down the field and stick it in the end zone to lead 7-0.
How many fewer attempts? About half as
that's
many
unreal.
attempts as it took Carson Palmer to get 72.
15 interceptions. How about that touchdown to interception ratio? That's unreal. That's off the planet.
So first down from the 34. And the toss sweep. Student body right. Reggie Bush untouched until 18. A little over a minute and a half. Must stop for the Warriors. Leinart rolling. Overthrow
for him in Miami, and he has come home to Pittsburgh because he's a Pittsburgh guy.
Make the reverse. Quinn looking to go deep. Nobody's there. Throws to Rima McKnight. McKnight going down the sidelines. Big play for the Irish. First down inside the Pitt 30.
You know, now we're starting to see Charlie Weiss open things up. And you'll be surprised at how many times
10-yard line. Brady Quinn ducks it off to Darius Walker, and by that time, he finally got the ball to him. There were a lot of Panthers waiting to pounce. Make it to Walker. Quinn keeps it, looks, pulls it down, takes off, gets to the 10. Go eyeball to eyeball with his quarterback. And we get Fasano in motion, and Brady Quinn throws down the middle. The ball is caught. The receiver taken down at the 2.
For the Irish in his career.
McKillop has come back into the ball game now for Pittsburgh. But it's first and goal for Notre Dame. Give it to Walker. Walker slows and then turns on the Jets. Goes right around Josh Lay and scores. Higgs gets it, slices into the middle and goes down to the Pitt 5-yard line. Second down at the 5-yard line, and again they go to Thomas, and he's going to get right down to the goal line. He may be far enough down there.
Santucci right in the middle there, just blowing the Panthers off the line.
The ball is at the 1, and it is not a first down. It is third down and a half a yard for the first down. First and goal. Schwab and Rashawn Powers kneel. Powers kneel, touchdown. Big old fullback stuck it in there.
Yeah, that's their big backfield. You put Schwab at 250 pounds at fullback. Bench with cramps right now.
Brady Quinn looking to strike, goes to the end zone. Touchdown. Jeff Smartjohn.
It always amazes me, Keith, how wide receivers are totally fearless and focused on the ball. Smartjohn running as fast as he can across the back of the end zone. Totally.
Out, buying time, a little flip pass ahead is incomplete from the lineup. It is third down and 10. Malco's pass thrown. Drew. Downfield to about the 6. That's not going to be a first down. Eric Gill, the big tight end, made the catch. His second. Snap was high, but the kick is also high, but it's dead center. And it's 3 points from 23 yards out. And the score now is 28-13. Done according to the rules because you've already figured it out. So is your grandson. Tony Dorsett. 303 yards, November 15, 1975. And you know who it was against?
Yep.
Notre Dame.
Yeah, but his name was Tony Dorsett.
Yes, it was.
At the time.
But in 76, when they went over there for the Dorsett cut of the grass, we'll show you that later on because it was very quick decision. It was zoom, Tony's gone. Bring the mower, bale the hay, get the truck out, let's everybody go have supper. 61 yards and boom, 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 and he went on to win the ball game as Tony ran for 181 yards, 31-10, and Pitt went on that year to win the national championship.
And Irish fans hate to see that because Tony gained more yards rushing against the Irish than any other player in Irish history.
Now taking over the Pitt program.
I'm very happy for Dave. You know, it's a new era, it's a new time. You know, he's a native here. He's an alumnus here. He knows what Pitt football is all about, and we're just hoping and praying he can get this team back on track and then bring us back to prominence.
Congratulations on all your success, and Dan, he's also a member of your club, the Hall of Fame.
Absolutely.
I had conversation with him a couple of days ago. I'll play a piece of that for you in a bit. Right now, we have a first down for Notre Dame at their own 41-yard line, leading 28-13. Brady Quinn looking around. He's thrown down pretty hard, but he completed his pass to Rashawn Powers Neal out of the backfield, and he's got a big play for the Irish all the way on the field. First down for the Irish. And here comes Walker. Darius with that little pause, a little hesitation that freed him from the first man. Pittsburgh 18-yard line. And here's Rashawn Powers Neal.
50 seconds to go in the first half for Notre Dame.
Ball is thrown very quickly to the sideline, caught by some. Third and a long yard for the first down, and into the end zone goes Rashawn Powers-Neal.
Well, this might be the one, but that's a good start. Downstate, and they start going into halftime and feeling a lot better about themselves. But right now, they just look like a team that's really, really struggling on both sides of the ball.
But they're wounded. Palco pumps it, trying to string somebody loose. Now lets it go. Lee's back there. In Dukwe defending against my bodyguard. 42-yard line, and Palco. They're going to get some heat if they can, but he's got time. Now he lets it go, and it's into the end zone. Intercepted, actually, by Zibikowski, and the first half is over.
Bases loaded, one out. 11th inning tie game. Bouncing ball. Wilkerson wisely comes home for the force there. It was not going to be a double play ball, and Brad Wilkerson came
going into halftime, and he comes out, breaks his hand, has to come out of the game, and aided by 5 turnovers. Notre Dame scored 19 unanswered points in the second half to win a ball game 19-9, went on to win the national championship. Palco had no shot. I mean, Chris Fromm.
Country and rush defense. Hamilton puts his head down and is stopped just short by Justin.
Front and coming out of fall camp, great players for Carl Durrell at cornerback. Thought to have helped them up front with the 8-man front scheme.
Hamilton with a nose for the end zone, gets in. A touchdown for the Aztecs.
They got 4 wideouts in the game. Palco's going to run it. Goal line, he's in there. Tyler Palco just got in. Well, it's a power play over the left side, and he's in there. Tim Murphy. Murphy's a 235-pounder, so he's not a
game winner right here. Texas A&M lining up with nobody back, everybody in the line, and they'll take the timeout. So they want him to think about it.
Absolutely.
They still have another timeout to burn. Buddy up, not trying to get anybody to go over the pile. This is going to be a 42-yard field goal. 5 for 5 already for the junior, Jad Dean. Snapper holder. Good play by the holder to get that down. Kick is up, and it is good! What a play by the holder! Cole Chasen. That snap was low. He put it down. 2 seconds left. Clemson leads by 1.
They've had bad snaps all night. Colchester 4 yards away. They lead it by 3. They don't want to go for a field goal. They want the end zone. Cox in motion. Quick pass. Fade route to Johnson in the corner of the end zone. Couldn't hold on. It's incomplete. And Auburn has held. And now Shan Gailey is going to have to send the kicking team.
Calvin Johnson, get up right here. But give credit to Patrick Lee, Ron. That's an excellent, excellent defensive play right there.
Auburn's defense doing such a good job that they dictated when they wound up throwing to Johnson. 21-yard attempt from the left hash mark. Low pass, kick is up, but he's got it. And we will take a break.
Monday, sensational Labor Day itself. No problem, 78. Then on Tuesday, still basking in the sun, 70.
Joe Paterno kicking off his 40th season in Happy Valley. Joe Pye and the boys hosting South Florida.
His team has the lead.
Don't be greedy. Give to the needy. Nittany Lions turn it over 3 times, but the D is the key. State wins its 4th straight season opener, 23-13. Over the last
100 yards of total off for 320 yards, and you like him for the Heisman.
Well, I think he'll be a strong candidate for it because of the nature of the offense. He throws the ball very, very well. He has excellent receivers and very strong athletes.
In that game, Washington, Ty Willingham's debut with the Huskies, taking on Air Force. Adam Fitch to Greg Kirkwood. Kirkwood had a huge day. 6 catches, 134 yards, came in with 3 career catches. Air Force down 17-13. Here come the Falcons coach.
Well, their ability to throw the football was the difference in the game. I think Tyrone Willingham's done a great job. They just don't have the athletes to be able to compete in the big Pac-10.
Gave up an 11-point lead, and Air Force comes back to win it 20-17. Brian Calhoun, he made a debut as well, and what a debut it was. We'll tell you how the Badger did. Lead back to San Diego right after this.
Impressed with Drew Olson commanding this offense.
Now 7 for 10.
It's been how his team has reacted.
And watch the lick that he's going to take on the delivery. He knows he's going to get cleaned up. That might have been a bit late, but he put the ball up where Mercedes Lewis could go and get it. That was a well-placed ball. You know, at first blush, you look at that play and you say, hey, he threw the ball behind Lewis, but a great placement of the football.
They a great job by the crew on the field, the referee Terry Layden and his crew. But still, it's 1st and goal, and Marquis is able to leap into the end zone for the touchdown. For a touchdown, UCLA up big.
Corner, goodbye, Bush. 2 scores, 143 total yards, 21-3, excuse me, top play nominee, 3rd quarter. Liner, Dwayne Jarrett. Matt Leinart, 332 yards passing, 3 scores. Jarrett caught 3 touchdowns. Leinart, 73rd career passing touchdown at USC, breaks the record held by Carson Palmer. 3rd quarter, 28-10. Leinart pumps and finds Steve Smith wide open. There was a lot of that. 67 yards, Aloha Stadium bumming. 35-10, Smith.
And Ramon denied. They played chippy all night. Stare down here. More physical play as DeMarcus Beasley's going to get tripped. And then we get a goal. Beasley kicks it in. USA wins 2-0. They qualify for their 5th straight. First time since 34, the first from their region to qualify. Well, an upset much sooner than expected in Norman, while Oklahoma lost its first September game ever during the Bob Stoops era. College game day guys join us straight ahead.
Illinois, Ron Zook, your thoughts?
First down. Oh, baby, look at that. He's gone. Leonard. Does he have the juice? Take it to the house. Son, there he goes. At the 15-10-5. Touchdown, Rutgers.
Are you kidding me?
Powered by Pontiac.
Win, right? Omar Jacobs, 41 touchdown passes, only 4 picks last year, and making believers out of Wisconsin early. Corey Partridge with the catch. Alvarez didn't believe it was touchdown. He was mistaken. It was. Here is Jacobs, Steve Sanders.
Great job by Steve Sanders. Pivots around, turns it, takes it down the sidelines, and it's like, catch me if you can. Takes it in for the score.
But you know what, for Wisconsin, guys, it was all about Brian Calhoun. The transfer from Colorado was the difference in this game. Look at him here. He's not a big guy, but great vision. Pops it outside, then has the speed to get in the end zone. Wisconsin all the way back, 21.
Not so much. 56-42. Wisconsin, 58 yards complete.
Brian Brown, finally, he's going to get an opportunity to be the guy as a true sophomore, and I think they're going to get off to a great start. I think they're going to pretty much name the number against Kentucky, even though it's a rivalry game. And I'll tell you, not only Brom, but look out for Broderick Clark, who I think is going to explode this year in the Louisville offense. And not to mention, you have Michael Bush coming back. They are loaded with skill players at Louisville.
So you say Vic struggles in his debut. Brom succeeds in his.
Big.
What about the quarterback?
See a great Sunday for somebody. Hunker down, you hairy dog. DJ Shockley getting my helmet sticker, not only because he threw for nearly 300 yards and rushed for 85 yards, but because of what DJ did, sticking around, being patient, waiting his turn behind David Green, not complaining.
He loves the big-time college football stage. After all, this is his team now. He's more than ready for the pressure.
I thrive on the big game. I like to play in big games. When everyone's excited, everyone in the community is getting excited about things, and coming into big games and big-time atmospheres is just really fun. And some people don't like it; they might shy away from it, don't want to be in the spotlight. But I think when the light comes on, a lot of guys on our team are like this, where the lights come on and they come to play.
Ryan is the fourth Brom to play football at Louisville. His dad and two older brothers were stars for the Cardinals as well. His brother Greg tells us going back to high school, Brian was always calm under pressure. Loves the big moment. Throughout the broadcast, Gary will tell you much more about this very famous Louisville football family.
That's right, Dave. We'll have to talk about that Turkey Bowl they had every year. Thanksgiving Day, this whole family, they started out with tackle football and eventually to touch football. This is Bobby Petrino entering his third year as a Cards head man. First 2 years, posted 20 wins, best two-year mark in Louisville history. His Cards have won 7 in a row, including a Liberty Bowl victory over Boise State, and last season finished number 6 in the final AP poll, the highest finish in school history.
What great football coaches do is not just have good systems, but it's when they call the plays. They have uncanny timing, and they call it when you least expect a particular kind of play, a reverse or some sort of trickery.
And now Rich Brooks, also in his third year with the Wildcats, 6-7. Started in 1994. My partner here, Bill Curry, was one of the reasons they got it started up again. And you can see the Cardinals have won 5 of the last 6, and they shut out Kentucky last year. And the Governor's Cup, it's underway. He hit it right down the middle. No pressure for this guy. And it's going to be returned by Broderick Clark. Clark out to the 20, dives, and is airborne to the 23-yard line. 23-yard return. And you can see the intensity early in this game. Ryan Brom, we've talked about him, the most celebrated recruit in Louisville history, gets his first start. An ultra-talented sophomore, has tremendous poise. And Bill, I just can't get over this guy, the maturity that he has for his age.
He came straight out of high school, came in this game as a reserve last year, and led Louisville to their first touchdown in the game against Kentucky, a 13-play drive.
So Brom, who played in all but one game last year, will take the snap. Comes to the near side and makes a completion to Jameer Davis. Check that. That catch is going to be made instead out to the 31-yard line. It's going to bring up a second down, and here now is the Louisville offense. Jones, a senior at one of the wide receivers. We mentioned Clark coming up. Brom gives off to Bush, the man we mentioned. He thunders forward. He's got a first down to the 44. First down, 12-yard pickup. The shotgun. He's going to complete the pass inside the 50 to the 47. That's Broderick Clark, the senior out of Birmingham. Underneath center this time is Brom. Barney's the tight end, will go in motion. Going to hand off to Colby Smith, trying to get wide. He's going to get the first down. Nice cut that time. Looked like they're going to string the play out. Shut out in the series history, 28-0. Of course, that was played in Louisville. Here's a handoff to Bush. And Bush pounds it forward. Gets to the 35-yard line, and down he goes.
They're going to play him until they realize he could just knock people out of the hole on offense, and that's where he settled.
Bush has come back in at the running back spot behind Brom. This is the initial series of the afternoon. Bush will come set to the near side. Brom is back to throw, double pumping. He dumps it off short. To the near side to the 35 comes Colby Smith. He's inside the 30 to the 28. He's going to be about 3 yards short of the first down.
Statistical breakdown, they were 51% run. That's a surprising thing. They don't come out and just fling it around. They want to ram it down your throat.
And they're spreading it out now. They have 5 wideouts on this set. Second down, 3 yards to go. Brom over the middle, and the catch made by Tinch. Joshua Tinch. 10:35 to go. First series of the game. And a handoff to Bush, and this time the Wildcats respond. Bush had no place to go that time. Kentucky doing it inside 10 minutes to go here in this first quarter. Clark, Tinch, and Bush in offensively. Tinch will come in motion. Ryan Brom, little half roll, now rolls out, up the field. The catch is made at the 5 by Tinch. Fights his way inside the 4. Very close to a first and goal. Bo Smith coming up after a 12-yard pickup. They needed 12, and that's just about what they block. They use him a lot. Barney just come in. Giacomini has come in. Double tight ends now on a first and goal inside the 5. That's Giacomini coming in motion, the big tight end. Gives off this time and not able to get a reason. They've gone to the 4-3. Second and goal at the 2. Handoff, Bush. Bush fighting to get in. Let's see if he did. He did not. Some of the players are indicating touchdown, but the officials are not. And sneaking is Brian Brom, and we're waiting. Touchdown, Louisville. Brom taking it in. 38 seconds. Brom taking it in at the 8:22 mark. Kentucky. Woodson now changing the play at the line of scrimmage. 3 wideouts on this particular play. Looks like they're going to blitz him. There's a flag. Louisville may have been offside. Woodson going deep right back to the same area. And the catch is made. Great catch is made by Keenan Burton. He goes up in the air. He's got it. Let's see what the penalty flag is all about. He has it at the 32 of the Cardinals. And so Kentucky trying to answer the opening drive of Louisville. 6 plays thus far. They've negotiated 48 yards. They have a second down 10 after they called their first timeout. Keenan Burton is in at a wide receiver along with Glenn Holt. 3 split to the near side. Woodson from the gun. Got a double, little wide receiver screen inside the 30 to the 25 to the 20. Excellent reaction that time. Abe Brown coming up to make the tackle. That's a 13 now at the 6-yard line. Beach is still in, the running back for Kentucky. Woodson tried to answer that initial drive. Up, hand off to Beach, fighting for the goal line, dives, and he is in. Touchdown, Kentucky. First and goal at the 8-yard line for Louisville. Brom gives off. Colby Smith pounds it inside the 5 to about the 4. Ray Milch was there to make the tackle.
Imagine. Yards per pass, 9.6.
8-play drive thus far. We're approaching 30 seconds to go in this first quarter. Brom, play action, on a roll. Looking to the end zone. He's going to take off. Tucks it under his arm, and he's going to be grounded at the 2. Coming up was Carl.
Stop this team. It's a big win for him.
This has been something special, hasn't it, the first 15 minutes?
Well, I mean, I'm not sure when I've seen this many completed passes by 2 rookie quarterbacks. They're both sophomores, just learning to play this game.
We're tied at 7. It has been intense. Both teams moving the ball. Burton with a great catch, and the Wildcats trying to make a goal line stand when we meet him in Lexington on the campus of the University of Kentucky. This is our first of many on ESPN Classic. Thus far, we have a very good game underway. We come back, start of the second quarter. It's going to be 3rd and goal at the 2 for Louisville. The snap comes to Brom. He's going to try to take it in, and he hits the corner for the touchdown. That's his second rushing touchdown of the day.
When I saw Louisville play offense a year ago, I saw a game in which they scored 70 points. I thought at the time this may be the best offense I've seen in a decade, and they've done nothing to change that impression today with yet another quarterback.
And Papa Oscar very pleased to see his son score his second. And Brom has 2 of those touchdowns. The sophomore making, I would say, a pretty impressive debut as a starter.
I'd say, watch Michael Bush leading him a nice shot there to get Abdullah. Didn't knock him down, but he spun him so that Muhammad Abdullah, number 42 for Kentucky, could not get his head across and make the hit. Brom lowered that shoulder and drove it into the end zone. That's something that coaches don't like to see, the quarterback lowering that shoulder, but Brom is a...
Hugh's offense has not done anything, and the defense has been on the field most of the second half.
Syracuse shows blitz, handoff, down to the 37 to Walton. Chris Thorner in on the tackle.
Field position in the second half has been big in favor of the Mountaineers. They've started on average from their own 37.
How to get a stop or get a turnover to give many hope maybe today, and they're all up again. 3rd down and 3. White may just run this thing. Nope, it's going to throw. Oh, Anthony Smith with the hit.
Texas last year. Only going west for a head coaching job, and now Robinson at Syracuse. 2nd down and 6. They're going to try to get this guy just wearing down Kentucky as Bush just lowers his head and gets to the 49-yard line. He is absolutely a load. Not surprising. Bill, I think the interesting thing, everybody thinks of Louisville as being a passing team, but they are a power football team.
51% of the 9-game takeoff that Kentucky did were running plays, and they just grind at you and pound you down.
So the perception is really interesting about this team. They do throw it effectively, but they'll come right at you, and we're seeing that today. First down at the 49. Braum, a nice play action. Now, as he gets belted. That's the first pressure they put on, and he goes down. That was a big hit by Trey Melch.
A Hyundai like you've never seen before. And Dentine Ice, now flavor charged with icy intensity. Go bold with Dentine Ice.
Keeneland Racetrack. I understand that Seabiscuit, remember the movie that was so popular a couple of years ago? A lot of it was filmed right there.
It's maybe the most beautiful racetrack in America, according to the horse people.
You can see right now, Braum 8 of 9. He's taken a couple of shots, a couple of sacks on that last series. Woodson also had some pressure in his face, but completing 70% of his passes as we pick it up again from the 26-yard line, and Beach is going to be dropped. Big play there. The turnover sets it up at the 17 of Kentucky. Braum is going to give it now to Bush. Bush wanders forward to the top of the field. Braum to Bush. Bush to the 5. Touchdown, Michael Bush. And Louisville has bumped it up to a 20-7 lead. An 11-yard ramble. Atmosphere forever. Gary Barnage and Giacomoni are now the tight ends. First down just inside the 15-yard line. 21-7 Louisville. Has Braum. He's going to dump it. He completes it to Colby Smith inside the 5. Fights to the 2. That'll be a first and goal. It'll be fun to watch. Marcus Vick replacing the quarterback you mentioned, who was outstanding last year in the ACC. And the bloodlines running with the Braum family and now the Vick family down in Virginia Tech.
I think Mark is admittedly not feeling good about it.
Needing to make a stand here on 4th and goal just inside the 1. And today they are now trying to get their 4th touchdown of the day. Braum, who scored twice himself, running the ball in, gives to Bush, and he hammers it in. So the power football after the timeout, and the Cardinals have bumped it up to 27-7. I tell you, the way Bush hits in there, he can just fall forward and get a yard. Reese Davis and Mark May.
All right, Gary, glad to have you along at halftime. That's an offensive ball coach right there. He's up 28-7. Petrino gets a freebie. Sure would like to have had that field goal.
It was just 3 points. That's it.
Debut as the Orange head coach. I dig the new uniforms. The offense, though, was rather offensive. This play notwithstanding, as Damian Rhodes goes in to make it 7-0. Next Orangeman drive. This is what we call a pick Wicks. Eric Wicks picking off Perry Patterson.
Nice job by Eric Wicks, reading the quarterback's eyes, taking it in for the score. The game is tied at 7-7.
Second quarter still. Now, Greg Robinson's a defensive guy, Mayday, and he did a pretty good job containing the Mountaineers.
I'll tell you what, out of all the games this weekend, this may be the most physically contested game. These guys are hitting all over the field of play. Big hits in this game.
10-7 in the fourth quarter when Patterson does not get out of his own end zone. Ernest Hunter is there to put the safety on him. West Virginia tack on a field goal, and West Virginia spoils Greg Robinson's debut.
Trophy, yes, and
College Hall of Fame.
Thank you very much.
Yo, what are you waiting for the cue?
Yes. but at Syracuse, it's hard to recruit because there's no major city, not a lot of other sports. Yes, there's basketball, a lot of cold, a lot of snow. A lot of the players from upstate New York, they end up going to Big Ten schools.
And sometimes, you know, they say places where it's tough to recruit, you can turn that around with just a little bit of winning. That's what Frank Beamer did at Virginia Tech. They didn't have a lot of long-term tradition, but Frank Beamer's been able to make his team into a championship contender. They are the reigning champions of the ACC, and they will kick off against North Carolina State tonight in the ACC lid lifter for both teams. Dave Pasch and the gang will be there.
We're in Raleigh, North Carolina, home of the North Carolina State Wolfpack. And Carter Finley Stadium behind us will certainly be packed tonight as the 8th-ranked Virginia Tech Hokies invade. Virginia Tech won the ACC last year, but a new ACC in 2005. 12 teams, 2 divisions will have an ACC championship game. The winner gets the automatic bid to the BCS.
So the ball was thrown over the wrong shoulder, as Coach Curry was indicating. Woodson now will go to the shotgun. Woodson in trouble. He's going to be thrown for a loss. A big loss on 3rd down. As that was Doomerville again. Doomerville has been everywhere, and that will be for Doomerville his 5th sack of the game.
Well, Hayden Lane is just not quick enough or strong enough to deal with Elvis Doomerville. Doomerville is a Very low to the ground, very powerful man. This is his 5th sack today, and we're just early in the 3rd quarter.
And so now they will attempt the field goal. Taylor Bigley will come in. He is from Danville, Kentucky, a senior. He set a school record last year with 77 consecutive PATs. He is a left footer as well. Last year, 9 of 14. He had a 51 and 52-yarder. This is going to be a 36-yard.
Nice job there. Again by Fatu Turi out in front, blocking on 43, Abe Brown. Little showing that explosion, almost took it the distance.
This guy is an exciting player. Down now, 9 yards to go. Woodson, a lot of pressure in his face, able to be flushed out, stays alive, throws it into the end zone, touchdown! The catch is made. A remarkable grab by Scott Mitchell, but give Woodson credit for keeping the play going and getting the touchdown. One-yard touchdown. We've got a football game.
Yeah, we got 2 quarterbacks on this field, too.
For late this season, that does not apply, of course, to a goal line situation, but we've seen it a couple times today. Pretty interesting for Michael Bush.
Now Colby Smith comes in, Dave, as you speak. Back to throw is Brom. Brom over the middle, the crossing pattern. The catch is made at the 10-yard line. That is Montrell Jones. Bo Smith on the tackle. As they had a 3rd and 4, and they got the first down. Just across the 10, it'll be 1st and goal.
The first down.
So far, 9 plays, 68 yards on this drive. Hand off to Colby Smith, and Colby Smith will be shut down at about the 8-yard line. Lamar Mills from the 7-yard line. 2 receivers near side. The big tight end in motion. Handoff comes to the near side, and Colby Smith is shut down, and that's Darrell White. What a terrific play by White, the junior, playing hard. And Kentucky, after getting shut out last year, has hung tough against this 12th-ranked team in the country, the Louisville Cardinals. Curry and Dave Ryan, I'm Gary Bender. Coach, what's going to happen here? 3rd and 8, Louisville, 3rd and goal at the 8.
Look for something with Brom on the corner. Moving, you're on the left hash, so he'll be moving to his right, most likely, with some sort of trips, some sort of motion, maybe some routes to try to clog up the lanes.
You can see the rushing yardage, the Wildcats coming back. They have started to play much better in this football game, but still down 28-17. Brom back to throw, stepping up in the pocket, throws goal line, short of the goal line, it'll be 4th down. As Clark came back, made the catch at the 1. Now, this will be the 4th time today they've had the ball inside on a 3rd and goal. This will be a 4th and goal. This is going to be a 19-yard attempt. The snap is a little bit awry, but he's still able to guide it through, and it's now a 31-17 football game. It was if he didn't expect him to, because we could see the poise of this young man in his starting debut. And you know, it all YU. Connecticut's kind of rebuilt. And he's got to be happy at this stage of the game. They have come back. Woodson underneath center this time, has Little come in motion. Stecked at it from the shotgun. Woodson looking to Little, then dumps it. Tammy, got it! Touchdown! Tammy with that big paw of his, went up one-handed the ball. 15-yard touchdown against Brandon Sharp. And you can see why Louisville was concerned about this tight end. Pocatello, Idaho, here in the Commonwealth Stadium on the campus of the University of Kentucky. Jonathan Lebovich, our producer, and Steve Kernberger, our director. Thanks, guys. The final score, 31-24, Louisville over Kentucky. For Bill Curry and Dave Ryan, I'm Gary Bender. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. Coming up next, baseball tonight. Again, Louisville defeating Kentucky 31-24 in the battle for the Governor's Cup. A 6th largest crowd in the stadium system.
The coaches told us the strength of this team is their running backs, not the receivers, yet they are coming out throwing the ball here. They do hand it off on 2nd down as Blackman works his way. One of the great early games in college football, and 17 at the 43. Davis changing it up. Here comes the blitz. It's picked up, and Davis has a man. Clark very close to the marker at the 25-yard line. Second catch for Clark, who had
big plays, but no negative plays. Showed you a very accurate arm in the first half.
And the no negative plays, Rod, I think is absolutely huge. As you look over at NC State, the same guys last year that really couldn't get out of their own way, let alone into somebody else's now.
Emo is behind Vic. It'll be Emo. Trying to pick a hole, but there isn't one there. Minimal gain to the 9-8 has been able to convert some of those. Vic got a shotgun. Rolls to his left. And he throws a strike for a touchdown to David Clowney, and Tech takes the lead. Left, what could be the final play. Davis going over the middle, receiver down there. Instead, it's picked off by who else? Aaron Rouse, his second interception of the night, and that wins the game for Frank Beamer and the Virginia Tech Hokies as they knock off Jay Davis and the Wolfpack. And Virginia Tech keeps its hopes of a national championship alive, winning its opener.
Franchisees a check for this year's efforts in the amount of $781,226.
Well, that's great. Thank you. Thank you, Pam. Thank you very much.
I'm your neighbor in San Diego.
Oh, San Diego. Yeah, that's my second home, San Diego. Thank you. And I go to Burger King when I'm there. I do. I have the Big Whopper a couple of times a week.
Like the Whopper, the chicken fries.
I love it. Yes, I'll try that next. Okay. Yes.
The poet said, "We are music makers and we are dreamers of dreams." I've been a music maker since I was very, very young. And there's nothing in heaven or earth I'd rather be. In fact, I'd love to be singing for you right now on this telethon if I could. But my schedule is keeping me very busy these days at my Moon River Theater in Branson, Missouri, where I'm currently performing alongside the wonderful Petula Clark. My friend Jerry Lewis knows I want to be there with him. My heart is with Jerry and all of his kids. Jerry is indeed a dreamer of dreams. His first dream was to entertain, to banish the cares and sorrows of the world through his comedic gifts, his own special brand of inspired lunacy. That's a dream that came true. We all know what Jerry's other dream is, to find a cure to stop muscular dystrophy. For decades, Jerry's telethon has been raising funds to help the MDA scientists in a search for a cure. They've come a long way, and Jerry's dream is closer than ever to becoming a reality. We can help the dream along, all of us, just by watching Jerry's telethon, and we need to make one phone call. That's all it takes. Just dial the number on your screen, or if you prefer, make a secure donation on MDA's website at mdausa.org. Be a dreamer of dreams, like Jerry, like his kids. Help stop muscular dystrophy. Please do it now, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Andy. Thank you so much. A good friend, Andy Williams. Our next comedian's impersonations have been honed into a science. He has broken booking records, and his latest show, My Mother's Italian, My Father's Jewish, and I'm in Therapy, has met with amazing reviews. Please welcome the always funny Steve Solomon, right here.
Hi, Steve. Hi, thank you. It's an honor to be here tonight. Things happen to me that happen to nobody else in the world, I swear. I was on the Northern Parkway coming to the airport today, and the 3 cups of coffee and 2 bran muffins did their trick. So I had to stop at a rest area. Just as I'm about to get settled in the stall, I hear from the next stall,
"So how you doing?"
I said, "I'm okay, I'm fine."
"How are the kids?"
"Kids are good, kids are fine."
Where you headed? I'm headed to the airport. Then I hear, Morty, I gotta call you back. The jerk next to me keeps answering the questions.
The 2005 Delaware Valley MDA Telethon.
Been ringing,
Yeah.
and we got a little treat for you right
Yeah,
here.
that's right. Take it away. Let's hope. Here we go. Come on, it's fine. Let's see. Keep going, keep going. Oh my, wow. Wow.
Up there.
Let's go. Let's see. Oh, wow.
Delaware Valley, $34,000.
Yeah, that's right.
This
On
is
our way to 30,
late on a
35.
Labor Day night. That is fantastic work. Call 1-800-631-0525.
That's
You
right.
can pledge throughout the night.
We'll see you wreck here soon.
Welcome back to the Jerry Lewis MDA Telethon, live from the Beverly Hilton in Beverly Hills, California. Please join us in saluting the Love Network station, bringing the 2005 Jerry Lewis MDA Telethon to you.
ESPN2 welcomes you back on
together. The passage of time. The repeating patterns. The changes. And together, we celebrate the promise of hope a new season brings. By honoring traditions, respecting leaders, remembering champions. A ritual hard to resist or replace. While we raise our voices for a game that brings us and keeps us together through the years, the circle is unbroken. Fall is here. And so is college football.
It's an annual rite of fall. Lobo Zealots making their yearly pilgrimage hours before kickoff. As the still darkness of night abates to the luminous daybreak, it carries with it the ambitions as elevated as this mile-high city of Albuquerque. Today, players will answer the inquiries about their collective preparedness, preparation, and resolve. The Lobos trying to squash a potential rebel insurrection behind Dontrell Moore.
Welcome everyone to University Stadium, nestled in the Sandia Mountain Range here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Elevation 5,100 feet. Yeah, we're a mile high today for this, a pivotal, albeit early conference battle in the Mountain West Conference between New Mexico and UNLV. Hello, a little bit special. The Lobos taking the field with high hopes and ambitions. And the key cog in their offense, Dontrell Moore, ready to get his speed on.
Go, baby. He's an opener.
They would give him 41 overall at the school and tie him for top spot, along with Roy Johnson. New Mexico has won the opening coin flip, electing to receive.
You know, Mark, one of the reasons why New Mexico has scripted plays is because, again, the uneasiness of knowing what UNLV is going to throw them at them defensively. They're going to put them in a position to try to dictate to UNLV what they do on defense.
Sergio Aguayo kicking off to Marcus Smith back deep. And this one comes about 4 yards deep, and Smith thought about coming out, but instead takes a knee, and that's where quarterback Cole McCamey will start with the offense. Completed just 49% of his passes a season ago, 6 touchdown tosses to go along with 9 interceptions. He was also slowed by a couple of concussions, but all indications are that his health is intact and he's ready to go. Had a very good spring session as well as summer session.
Well, Coach Dodd, the offensive coordinator, we asked him about that 49% completion rate. He said he takes a lot of that blame, and they want to put him in a position to be successful.
Did early, he's wearing a brace on that left knee. He takes the first handoff around the left side of that offensive line following Turner and Terrence Pennington. McCamey to pass, looking to the boundary side, and he finds his roommate, Hank Baskett III, with the game's first down, who was working on John Geis, or out as a receiver this time for the Lobos. The pass is complete up at the 37-yard line to the tight end Logan Hall, a 6'5" senior. Got about 7 or 8.
Also given the reins to decide how much and what he did at practice.
Well, Robbie's on the sidelines right now. McCamey with a little play fake. Fires complete. I would say that McCamey likes this offense so far. 1st and 10 after the catch. He keeps it himself on the option. Inside the 20 down to the 19-yard line. Got about 6 on 1st down. The stop made by Bo Bell. Tech passing game, and this is what they've come away with. 3rd down and 5 coming up. Dontrell Moore back in the ball game for New Mexico. Got to get to the 14 for the 1st down. Single coverage, incomplete, broken up nicely by Geis. That time Geis, a career. He battled Garth Archibald all summer and won the job. And he is true on his first attempt of a brand new season for head coach Rocky Long. With 9:43 to go in the 1st quarter, the Lobos march it down the field on their opening drive to score. Starting quarterback, a pleasant surprise. Players for the Rebels: Jackson, Kirkland, Wheaton, Flair, and Estandia, who missed most of last season because of an injury. Steichen working out of the shotgun. Handed off to Jackson, and Jackson stopped up right at the line of scrimmage in New Mexico in his college days. Kirkland in motion for the Rebels. 3rd and 5, and it's thrown behind Estandia. And it's 4th down for Shane.
He does a pretty good job. He doesn't get his hands on him. He felt that little stutter. I like what he's doing, but he's got to keep his eyes on the receiver. As soon as his head went and looked for the football, guess what? Baskets started pulling away. That was a one-man route, max protection, well executed by New Mexico.
Boy, McCamey put it right there for his roommate.
Making him a star, baby.
And after 7.5 minutes, it's not about football today, perhaps. It could be about basketball. McCamey, nice. On the money. We'll be right back.
It's protection. That means it's a one-man route. Hank is the only guy in the route. Take a look. Now, Hank just beats him right off the ball one-on-one. Now, Erder scored, and all he has to do is not look back. See, he looks back, and old Hank starts pulling away. You got to look and lean. You got to run with him. You got to wait till the receiver's hands go up. And look at Cole here. He knows he's got max protection. Even buys time with his feet, drops back, and says, let me throw it to the roommate. He'll make me a star, I'll make him a star. Nice.
Boy, McCamey has thrown a lot of good football so far.
Oh, he's on target, Mark.
7
he is
to 9.
On target. They have not done anything at game speed until now, and it's showing.
3rd down and 10. Steichen had a little time and overshot.
On the interception, they got away with one because he tried to force the ball to basket.
Here they come with that funky formation again. 4 receivers out to the top of your screen.
And the last time they ISO'd him, now they might go to Dontrell up here. It's one of the 2 guys. There it is.
They go to Moore at the 15. Dontrell Moore. Touchdown, Lobos. Got a nice block up front from Hall.
All right. Look. They have 2 main offensive weapons, and there's a reason why Dontrell's lined up.
Eric Jackson is split wide to the top of the screen as a receiver. They go with an empty formation on 3rd and goal.
A lot of times they do that to run the football.
Steichen can run it himself, but he throws it. Incomplete. Estandia was the intended receiver, pleading, imploring the official to throw a
job with his hands.
4th and goal, and a split to the bottom of your screen.
Their individual battle. Who's winning?
Kirkland in motion. Here comes the heat. Steichen into the end zone. Touchdown, Wheaton. Mr. Clutch. And now the all-important 2-point attempt.
Yeah, let's see where they put the... They put it toward the home sidelines.
This is for the tie.
They got this side of the field to work with. Buy themselves some room. Now, there might be the same play the other way. Here it comes. He'll come across in motion. Come on. There you go. Oh, he stays there.
They run the option. The shuffle pass. Jackson.
Whoa.
Stopped up short. Aleem Harris did it. Onside kick, it's touched, it's live, it's loose, And the Rebels have it. They've got it with time on the clock. Shanti Bloomer recovered it with 1:26 to go.
You know, it's poorly executed. Mark as a two-point play was. That's why I want to talk about the execution of the onside kick.
Now all they need to do is get into field goal range.
I'll tell you, he might have gone for a 6 right here if he didn't trip.
It was close.
Yeah, but Shante doesn't panic, and he stays with his job. Now
26 to go. 5 receivers on the formation for Shane Steichen. And it's picked off. Gabriel Fulbright. I'm Mark Jones. It was a good one. Holiday Baseball presented by Lowe's is next. Let's go to that.
A solid throw. This is not an easy play, running as hard as he did to get to the ball. Very accurate throw and great positioning by Gerald Laird there.
We'll talk a lot about Patrick Willis, the man in the middle.
They lost their #1 rusher, Vasson Pearson, to academics over the summer, and they have about 4 different tailbacks they're going to alternate in that football game.
So let's see what they come up with offensively. Miko McSwain, a little bit of a surprise entrant into the ball game as far as Ole Miss is concerned. We were expecting to see Pittman, Jacobs, and also Allen Abrams, but Miko came in and ran the ball on that first down. Here comes third. Pressure's on, got a man, and he has the first down. Mario Hill with the reception at the 38-yard line of the Tigers, and it's good for 9 yards. So the new quarterback in the ballgame, number 7, Will Hudgens, a redshirt freshman out of right here in Memphis. He went to Ridgeway High School. Move him around. Can be a slot receiver. And to go on top with this one. Got a man, and it's complete. Got at the 34-yard line. Complete to Carlton Robinzine, who was a redshirt freshman out of Memphis Bolton. Good pass, kicked plenty of distance on this one, and we are tied. He heads to Tallahassee to take on number 14, Florida State.
Give Moss a badly needed rest here. Checking with his fullback, you could see. They'll try him. And the nose jump on him. It'll be 2nd down, p.m. Eastern on ABC. Here it is, 2nd down. Miami trailing arch rival Florida State, using a backup running back as Tyrone Moss has been cramped here. Beautiful play by Ross. Broke it up. So Chris Berman and the gang, they'll come along and they'll set the stage for Mick Jagger. And then we'll get to that game, of course, the Raiders and the Patriots. And man, what about Randy Moss? Is he going to light it up with the Raiders, Gary?
He always does. Gary Collins throws a great ball. He should be able to throw it to him, and Porter on the other side. How about that, Brett? 95 yards in field position change with that drive and punt and down by Miami.
They throw on first down, and they are Washington. And if I'm a Seminole fan, I'm saying, where was something like that when it was 1st and goal?
With that drive. This will be the 11th play. You have to score. 5 minutes and counting now on this drive. Stand back, pumping right, going left for the end zone. Leaping catches made. Touchdown, Washington. Cody Ellis. A 27-yard rope stand back to Ellis.
Boy, what a great throw that was. There was 2 defenders back there, but Cody Ellis got a little bit of separation, and he showed some of his athletic ability, Brian, by getting up in the air at the highest point and bringing that ball in. Play fake away. Isaiah almost stumbled on the play, but look at this right there. He knew he was going to have to go up and you go for 2 from the from the 18-yard line. Got to kick it.
Now you're going to have to kick it. Everly comes on with the 4 for 106, 85 on the touchdown play. How about a 35-yard extra point? which is good. Falcons right back into this game. Great protection, Sonny.
Oh, God. That's a perfect pocket right there. Kirkwood getting right through Okabor and Deshaun Goldson. That's what I was talking about earlier. You make a tackle, they'll make them earn the last 30 yards. Just tries to come up and hit it. Not able to make the play, and Kirkwood, big and strong, 6'2", 200-some pounds, takes it in. Yeah, I'd say that Fitch is pretty happy. I don't blame him. That was a nice throw.
Seattle with Warren Moon and Seahawks All Access, then switch to the college ranks with Huskies All Access, followed by FSN Classics, and finish off the night with FSN Live. Moving the chains. Tailgate Thursdays this fall only on FSN. yards in the second half. Rankin, how did he get out of that?
I don't know. Certainly kept those old legs churning. And he runs, hustles all the way back to the huddle. There is no walking on that young man's mind. He's got to trust himself.
Huskies are in the nickel. They blitz, and they hold Air Force shy of the line to gain.
Big decision here.
Carney has the first down. Lobendon showed blitz and then backed out, but went to the other side of the field.
That's right. No receiver open that time for Carney, and he does what he likes to do. No one open. I'm out in the
for a first down. Carney off the play action. Flush. The pass is complete to Jason Brown.
Whoa, big break for the Huskies right there.
Yes, indeed. Woo. Carney hit from behind as he throws. Sliding catches made at the goal line. Kirkwood again.
Quarterback and Isaiah Stanback, but we'll have to see what happens. Kirkwood, of course, riding on a cloud right now. He's had a big afternoon.
Yes. Carney on the surge. Waiting for the signal. None yet. They'll stop the clock.
They should have stopped the clock a long time ago.
He didn't get in.
There was
55 seconds. There 14 seconds now have been taken off the clock.
Yeah. Straight ahead, but, you know, Fisher DeBerry calls those plays.
And no turnovers. But Carney this time on the surge clearly. Into the house, touchdown Air Force.
Yeah, you know, he's had a great day. Everybody's fallen off in coverage.
You look at Stanback's numbers, he's not had a poor day.
No.
Offense got some things done, but we'll have to check on the status of Joe Toledo. The left tackle suffered an ankle injury and did not return. Here's Chambers. Wisely getting out of bounds with 7 seconds left, so you can run one play. And you better get it into Knutson's field goal range.
Yeah, you've got to do something along a deep axe from Doug Flutie to Colorado about 10 years ago. You just never know.
Stand back with the Hail Mary. Shackelford had a chance. It's incomplete, and the game is over. Air Force scoring on 2 long drives. At the end of the ball game, 99 yards. They get it again. They drive 83. Stick 2 in the house and defeat the Huskies in the 2005 season opener at Quest Field. Outstanding game in the second half.
At least right now, if we had to punt it right now, we'd be in good shape. But we wanted to take this thing the distance if we could and get points on the board. Zone play, three-step game coming back there with Chris Hanlon. Chris again having a real fine day yesterday.
1st and 10, and the give goes to Riggs again. Aaron Sears must have done a pretty good job because there was a lot of running room to the left side of the line.
He did a good job of changing the line of scrimmage for the most part of the day on the left side, and we expect that for the year, actually.
Arian Foster now getting a chance to play a tailback for Tennessee as Clausen steps up.
Good to see him in there. Need to make that catch. You know, that wasn't that hard of a catch to make. Good job of the O-line picking up the inside blitz, and I guess an individual getting beat right there.
Clausen.
That was a 4th down play.
Sure was. Clausen incomplete to Holbert, and so UAB gets the ball back.
Holbert batting the ball into the lineman's hands.
Julius Wilson.
Play. Well, they just did a heck of a job.
Off by a Mosley 1-yard touchdown. Bears up 21-14 with just under 8 minutes left. Then, after an SMU field goal, the Bears scored again. Mosley gets his 3rd touchdown of the game to help seal Baylor's first road victory in 5 years. Baylor wins at 28-23. The Bears are 1-0 for the first time since 2001. Iowa State played its home opener at Jack Trace Stadium against Illinois State. Third quarter game knotted at 15. Stevie Hicks gets the handoff, cuts right, goes 17 yards for the touchdown and the 22-15 lead. Hicks with 90 yards on 25 attempts for the day. Fourth quarter, Brett Meyer throwing to the corner, hits Todd Blythe for the 4-yard touchdown. Iowa State with the 29-15 lead. Meyer with 314 yards passing on the day. 32.
Herman has the snap, drops back, now he runs to the 5, into the end zone. A touchdown for Adam Barman and the Jayhawks. And rolling out to the right, Embick. Now he looks back to the left, he's got a man wide open. Caught at the 50. This may be a touchdown. To the 20, to the 10. It is a touchdown for Florida Atlantic. They're going for 2. They line up in the I. And back to throw is the quarterback, but Embick is sacked. They will not get the 2-point conversion. One back set, Clark Green. Short drop. Pump fake, pass play. Caught! Foster! Is it a touchdown? It is! On the far side of the end zone. From the 29-yard line of Florida Atlantic, handoff Cornish, running right, 25, and fighting hard to the 20, breaks a tackle, 15, 10, 5, touchdown!
Yeah, that may be the play of the night right there. A great run by Cornish, who busted out of the grasp of about 3 guys.
The Mike Gundy era started at Oklahoma State as the Cowboys hosted Montana State. Dave Hunsaker and John Holcomb of the Cowboy Radio Network with the call.
Let's go right here, man. VG on 3. 1, 2, 3, VG. Let's go.
7 from the Montana State 11. High shotgun snap. Quarterback draw. Donovan Wood straight ahead to the 5. He dives into the end zone. Pistols firing. Touchdown. Donovan Wood.
Touchdown. Smith piled up 417 yards of total offense, including tying a school record with 4 touchdown passes. Mizzou beats Arkansas.
Big story. And it's always been about being the best on and off the field.
From national championships to Big 12 championships.
You have always been there for your Buffs.
And this fall, the Buffs will be there for you. Colorado Buffaloes, your team.
Colorado versus Colorado State on September 3rd. Get your...
And Collins to the new backfield edition, Lamont Jordan. He went for 28 yards. Lamont! Combined for 110 yards in this, and the Raiders come out and like a knife through butter right down the field. Play action, Courtney Anderson in the back of the end zone. Touchdown. 7-0 Collins, 4 for 4, 63 yards on the drive. Looked too easy. Pats now down 7-3. There's Deion Branch for 29 yards. You know Tom Brady is not going to go away. He's going to ring up points like he's done seemingly forever. It's Branch again. Nobody near him. Well, somebody near him, but he gets away. Pats take the lead, 10-7. Branch, 3 grabs, 57 yards on the touchdown drive. And on the sideline, Brady telling Corey Dillon, keep your head in the ball game. Stay in the game. Run game was being shut down for the most part. Here we go. Raiders looking deep. Randy Moss, and if you don't know, now you know. 73 yards to the paint, his 91st touchdown in the NFL, and Ty Poole joining the club You've just been taken deep by Randy. Look at the concentration. Must be the most horrifying man-on coverage in the NFL. What can you do to shut him down? And Rodney Harrison had an angle, but he just shook him. It's 14-10 Raiders. Now, Tim Dwight only had one grab in the ballgame. This is it. It counts for 6. The Pats take a 17-14 lead. Into the locker room at halftime, Neil. Take me home.
Third quarter, still a 3-point game. Collins under pressure from Richard Seymour and Jarvis Green. Ball caught in midair by Vince Wilfork. Patriots first rounder of the 2004 draft. Rays and Kane, almost a tuck rule, but ball out before the arm came forward. First career interception, pro or college for Vince. High school records unavailable. Patriots take the TO, exchange it for a TD. 3 plays later, it's Dillon, 8 yards, 23-14. The extra point was blocked. Pats get another Dillon score in the 4th. 1 play after a pass interference call put the ball in the 2. Raiders 14 penalties, 139 yards. Oakland got 6 later. Push for the 2-pointer, missed. Final score, 30.
Plays a barrel. Williams led Penn State with 4 catches, but he, King, and redshirt freshman Dion Butler would combine for 192 receiving yards.
Austin Scott up over the top, powers in, touchdown Penn State. Austin Scott with a second effort that time, Jack, to score the 8th touchdown of his career.
Meanwhile, the Penn State defense just kept on coming. Linebacker Paul Posluszny knocked down a pass, and the Nittany Lions appeared to
Put it away right here and just take care of business. Throws near side, Derek Williams, 35, turns it upfield to the 40. Play action, Robinson rolls near side, and he delivers for Dion. It's caught by Isaac Smoko. Smoko over the 50, and Williams far side, Butler near side, and Michael Robinson using the pass game. Set, long and deep for Dion Butler near side. Dion at the goal line. He's got it. Touchdown, Penn State.
For Butler, it was his first career touchdown, one of 4 Nittany Lions to get their first touchdown in the game. They are young, fast, and backed by a relentless defense.
Penn State showing blitz. They bring it. Back goes Grutza. And there's Posluszny who buries him at the 10-yard line.
Penn State looked much crisper than they did in Game 1, and the more lopsided score allowed more people to play. Sophomore quarterback Anthony Morelli entered the game with about a half a quarter to go and immediately sent the Lions back on the scoring prowl.
Pitches it now to Austin Scott. Scott turns upfield 25, inside the 25. Play action, rolls near side. He throws, it's complete. Matt Hahn to the 20, 15, inside the 15 to the 12-yard line. From the eye, Morelli, quarterback sneak left side, touchdown, Penn State. Anthony Morelli's first career touchdown.
A fitting way to end Penn State scoring on a day full of firsts as the Flying Freshmen steal the show against Cincinnati. 2 up, 2 down for Penn State with 1 more tune-up to go before the start of Big Ten play.
Yes, they tries to slip away, pops the football and just takes the seat, and he'll lose about 5 on the play. Delroy Park, 2.